so far, I've analyzed, some serious stuff here today, and I'm just amazed that, have an opportunity to learn. And one of the ladies used to be my client 40 years ago.
Oh boy.
Yeah, wasn't that interesting? I was like, wow, here we meet up again. But anyway, you guys, first of all, I want to do, what is this about? Oh, leave meeting. Okay, I ain't leaving no meeting. I want to just put a disclaimer out there. The medications that I will share with you today, I don't want you to think that you can tell a client, patient, friend, whoever, that they can get off of those medicines because they're losing their hair, possibility of losing their hair or their hair thinning or whatever the case might be. And it don't always look like Royal's hair. So we have to make sure that they know, please do not, advise someone to get off their medication. I always tell clients that you can go to your doctor and let your doctor suggest what you need to do to get off of this medication, because a lot of medicine that is being taken today does have that side effect, is hair loss or hair thinning. So I don't want anybody to leave here today saying, stop taking this because of that. Stop that. What are you taking? No, absolutely not. But first I want to go over our hemp powered hair oil, because our hemp powered hair oil have so many great natural ingredients in it that helps in a lot of areas that we can definitely suggest. That I don't guarantee, I let them know up front. I do not guarantee, because we don't know what people are doing when they leave you, or even when they come to you. You don't know what they're doing. So I don't say this is guaranteed. I only tell them through our testimonies. Like when Royal testify about how everything is happening with her, and when I give my testimony how my hair came back, that is proven to be effective. But you may not get the same results, and you may not get it at the speed in which I got mine. But I tell people, continue to use it. It does not work in the jar. It does not work in the bottle. It doesn't even work on the shelf. It works when you apply it to the areas that's being depleted. So make sure you don't misrepresent the company or the product, okay? And with that said, let's get into the hemp powered hair. Hemp powered hair oil has about 13 oils that are certified, that is healthy for you. We have no paraffin in our product. We don't have any carcinogenic ingredients in our product. With the first one I like to always lead off with is black seed oil. Now, black seed oil is one of those oils that helps soothe the scalp, help get rid of the itchiness. And because a lot of time people stretch, like I just analyzed a patient's scalp, and she had a lot of buildup, almost looked like maybe psoriasis, but we don't know until her culture come back. But we got to make sure that we don't pick up any and everything to soothe that scalp. Like we get anything we can to stretch. That could definitely affect your follicle, because the follicle lies 0.3 centimeters beneath the epidermis. So you imagine you get to digging and digging and digging, thinking you have dandruff, and it's just a buildup of your dead cells on the scalp, which is clogging those pores, which is could end up with folliculitis, which, of course, folliculitis, meaning that can end up having some other areas. And once you lose a follicle, you guys, you have lost a strand of hair forever, okay? Then we have rosemary oil. Rosemary oil is a DHT blocker, and that's what you will find in our oils, because DHT is not good for a follicle. What it does, it depletes the follicle of its nutrients. And when you deplete the follicle, you can deplete your own body of nutrients, you're going to have some issues. Okay. Then we have peppermint oil. Peppermint oil is one of my favorites of all oils because it's a blood circulator. It stimulates the blood. And when you stimulate the blood, it helps nourishes the follicle. You know, we say where blood don't flow, hair won't grow. That's true. We gotta have a good supply of blood going in there to the follicle, because what happens is the hair grow through 3 phases. Anagen phase, that's where the blood supply is really strong. Catagen phase, it start losing blood supply. When it gets to the telogen phase, the blood supply is completely gone and that strand of hair sheds off. But it's a revolving door. It keeps going round and round. It does not stop and say, oh, all my hair fell out. It's coming back tomorrow. No, you don't really notice it if you have a healthy scalp. It flows with the blood circulation. Okay, very important. Then we have cinnamon. Cinnamon oil gets rid of those free radicals. I wish sometime I had cinnamon big enough to get rid of some folks that's running around free radicals, ain't paying no rent, just causing havoc. Those are the things that cinnamon take care of. It takes care of the free radicals. Okay, it's an antioxidant. And I think we had that Rona berry juice that is very potent when it comes to antioxidant. We could do the inside out. We just don't have to do the outside in. We can make sure we're putting some good nutrients in the body, and we have good outside the body, which is hair, skin, and nails. Those are the appendages of skin. Very important. Then we have moringa. Moringa is responsible for the overall health of the body. Okay. The hair is the barometer of the body. It lets you know something is going on in the body. Okay. When you start losing excessive amount of hair, or when you have telogen and fluvian, that's excessive. Something is not right in the body. We want to always try to keep the body in an alkaline state, meaning that disease doesn't favor an alkaline body. It does favor an acidic body. So we want to make sure we are tuning into our bodies, okay? Then we have baobab. Baobab comes from the tree of life. It comes from the tree of life from Africa. We are so blessed to have that because it gives us the vitamin C and iron. Now remember, iron is one of those things that you can overdo. Now, if you have excessive amount of iron, then you could possibly be diagnosed hemochromatosis. Hemochromatosis. That can be your excessive amount of iron in the body. It could cause hair loss. Of course, anytime you're undernourished with iron, it can cause, but it can also be over. So we want to make sure we keep our iron levels at the level it's supposed to be in the body. Then lavender oil it has antimicrobial properties, which helps with inflammation also. Okay, it helps get rid of the inflammation. That's what we want to do. We want to get rid of inflammation. It also helps in follicle support. It also helps get rid of the dandruff as we know it, but we know dandruff is just an accumulation of cells, okay, dead cells lying on the surface of the skin. We want to make sure we're not having clogged pores so we get the toxins out. Skin is the largest organ of elimination. Then we go on to look at our lemon oil. Lemon oil helps cleanse the scalp as well as the shaft. The shaft is that part of the hair that is above the epidermis. It has the 3 layers, the shaft, the cuticle, cortex, and the medulla, and the cuticle is that protective layer. When you're looking at the hair, you're looking at the cortex layer. That's where everything happens. And the cuticle is where we get our natural shine, okay? Then we have our salmon oil. Salmon oil is that oil that gives us the omega-3s. It gives us the strength in our hair strand. It also gives us the strength and the shine, okay? So we want to make sure we get our salmon in as well as get it on our scalps. And then we have pumpkin seed. Pumpkin seed is another one of those oils that helps with inflammation. I always tell clients, inflammation is the inside job. What you put in is what you get out. So you got to be very conscious of what we're putting in our body. We need to do the 7-day or the 21-day cleanse when we end up with a lot of inflammation, okay? Then we have CBD. CBD is that oil that brings the body back into balance. A lot of people say, oh no, well, I don't I don't want any CBD. I say, it's not gonna get you high, it's just gonna get you healthy. That's the first thing people think about is the highness of it, but it's no, you're gonna get healthy with it. So that's our non-carcinogenic oils that are in our hemp-powered hair oil. Everyone on this phone should have hemp-powered hair oil by their bed. Everyone that knows somebody, they should have hemp-powered hair. So that's the first thing I tell them, get the hemp-powered hair. If you get the kit, which is the scalp facial kit, hemp-powered oil is in it. But even if you don't get the kit, you need to have the oil and you need to start today. Some people say, oh, well, no, my hair is all healthy and all. I bet you Royal, beautiful as her hair, she uses her hemp-powered hair. You gotta stay ahead of the game instead of behind the game, because once you get behind, now you're fighting harder, okay? So we want everybody in the world, not just in America, not just in Lansing, Illinois, not just in California. We want them everywhere to have that. And then we didn't stop there. We got our shampoo. We got our shampoo. Now it's 3-in-1. You can don't have to say, oh, don't let that hit my face. No, you can. And massage it in and get all that, those pores cleaned out. Okay, it's so beautiful. It's squeaky clean. And when it's squeaky clean, it is clean. Now you have to follow it up with some moisture. And that is our moisture conditioner. And I'm going to make a class out of just telling you what's in our shampoo and what's in our detangler, because it's amazing what we have in that product. That is nothing that is carcinogenic, no bad ingredients, none of those paraffin, none of those sulfates, none of those mineral oils, none of that, you guys. And that speaks volume for Akana to have that kind of product on hand. And our detangler has the wheat protein. Hair is made of two things, protein and moisture. You need both to keep balance in your hair. Okay, it's very important that we do that. And then we didn't just forget the men, we have the beard oil. And now I don't know what LeBron James is using, but he sure got some transplant. But we need to get to him. He have a beautiful beard. We need to get to LeBron James. And I think I had no way of getting to him because my friend that's a derm, her daughter is a lawyer for him. So I'm gonna have to talk about it. I'm gonna have to get, yes, I'm gonna have to talk to her because I want that beard to continue to look good, and that hair he had replaced, I wanted to make sure it stay on his head. And I am, excited to know her, that I may connect, as Candace called me, a connector. I may be able to connect to her. So we have the product, you guys. We have the product. We just gotta what? Use the product. It doesn't work nowhere but on the body. That's where it works at. Now, let's get into some medications that actually is causing a little bit of havoc to the hair. And we have high blood pressure medication. Most everybody I know, you ask, what's some of your issues? High blood pressure. High blood pressure is not good when it comes to that. I know that it causes a little challenge, and that's I can't read my own writing. Captopril. That's one, and then the other one is lisinopril. Okay, those two. If you taking those two medications, read up on your side effects. Hair loss is a side effect to those two products. Okay, I mean those two medications. Ask your doctor if he can give you something else if it is causing you to lose your hair. Now remember, everybody, medication doesn't react the same on everybody. Now I could take it and may not lose hair. You may take it and you lose hair. So you want to make sure that those two are not bugging you. Okay. Then
Okay,
we have,
Doris, that last one is
uh,
pronounced lisinopril.
okay, I think
Yeah, I used to take that years ago.
Cinepril, and also Cinepril, did it affect you?
I can't really say that it did because but it's lisinopril, lisinopril.
Mhm. Cinepril. That's one
Yeah.
of them that I found to be, and because I only really research what people have real challenges with, in their health. So that's one. I mean, water. Some people take water pills, those diuretics. That is another one that causes hair loss. But each time you get your medicine, you guys, you should look at the paper that comes with it. Most of the time, it'll tell you the side effects. Then we have, of course, we have chemotherapy. When you have chemotherapy, not all the time you lose your hair. It really depends on the doctor lose all of their hair all over the body. They lose their hair, but some people don't lose their hair. So that is definitely one of the side effects for chemotherapy. I had a lady last Saturday. She was diagnosed with breast cancer and she chose to have a lumpectomy. It came back and she ended up having to come, her hair was coming out in lumps. So she decided to go on and get it all cut off. So she would
Something's going on. You
see
sounding like a Martian.
Now, she's got a low bandwidth.
that,
Yeah.
and that was very devastating for her. She will would have, huh? Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you now, but you got a low bandwidth, so it was real bad a moment
I think
ago.
it was a
It's
phone
bad,
call coming through.
it's bad right now.
Oh, is it better?
Right now.
Is it better?
Right
Brenda?
now.
It is?
Right.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, so again, chemotherapy could take it all out. It depends on the doses, as well as it goes down to the cellular level. That's where it goes. It takes it out from. So when it comes back, where you think it's coming back from, the what level? You guys are unmute yourself.
Cellular, right?
It comes back at the cellular level. Then we also have the drug that's called hemparin, which is the medication that people who have seizures. Now, what do we have for people who have anxiety and possibly seizures? We have what? Our gummies. Gummies help with anxiety. I get anxiety sometimes. And when I chew my gummy, I don't even have to chew a whole gummy, just a half a gummy. It calms me down and it causes me not to have those blood clots that the doctor prescribed you with that blood thinner. And the reason they prescribe the blood thinners to you is because they don't want the blood to clog up in your vessels and cause you to have what? What could you possibly have if that happens?
A heart attack or a
A
stroke.
heart attack or a stroke. Okay, so that is one of the medications that causes you to have blood clots, and not to have blood clots, to keep the blood clots moving. It does not clot the blood. And if it's not clotting the blood, then that means the chances are you won't have a heart attack or a stroke. because if your blood vessels get designed to flow through the body. So that's diabetic medication not always cause your hair to thin out, but there is a possibility depending on the stress that you have. Now, you know, stress is one of those reasons why people lose their hair. And as a diabetic, you can be in a stressful position, which can cause this hair. But the medication itself does not cause your hair to really fall out, but the stress from the diabetes is what it causes. And people think it may be the medicine, and it could be for some, but it's just known that you don't necessarily lose your hair behind diabetes. Okay, thyroid medication. Thyroid medication is another one that causes hair. Send out a sheet of paper with your loss and throw your hair. That's what you're losing. It's excessive. Okay, it's telogen effluvian. Now, if your hair is in a stationary hairstyle, such as locks, such as braids, such as just say a French roll, okay, left up more than a day, all of that hair that you will be losing is still getting loose. It's just not getting off the head. That's very important. So when you take your braids out, you have a lot of hair that comes out. Now, clients don't always know what's happening. So they would have lost it anyway, regardless of whether they take a medication, regardless of whether they just everyday wear is coming out, okay? And that's very important for them to know, okay? For you to know that you're going to lose that. Whether it comes off the head or not, you're going to lose it. Now, if you're wearing locks, you want that hair to stay in there because it helps lock up your locks. If you're braiding, you got to get it out. That's where your detangler comes in at. You spray each braid with your detangler and you start combing from the ends to the scalp. And that gets rid of that hair that was in there that had already been released but didn't get off, okay? Important, very important. Do that before you go to the shampoo bowl, okay? Or before you get in the shower. Make sure you have taken your detangler and combed all that hair off, okay? Very important. So are there any questions? Because remember, high blood pressure medication, diabetes medication, cancer medication, those are the medications. If you're experiencing any anxiety and seizures, those are the medications that could be causing hair loss. So you make sure that excessive amount of iron, okay, you want to keep a balance, but excessive amount of iron can cause hair loss. Of course, if you don't have enough, that can cause hair loss. That's why hemp-powered hair is so important, because baobab bring us the vitamin C and bring us iron. Now, at some point through the day, if you can do it, go out into the sun. If you're wearing a wig, take it off. Go sit out in your backyards or go sit out on your patios and let your scalp get the natural vitamin D. And if not, ask your doctor, could you take vitamin D, okay? And remember, we are not allowed, do not recommend clients get off of their medication because they're losing their hair, okay? We don't want to do that because we want them to ask their doctor, what can they do to get off of this medication that's causing them to lose their hair. Most of the time they could come up with a substitute, but they're also going to tell you don't have to be for life. Get into the detoxing, get into the doing what we need to do to eat right, eat for your blood type. All of this stuff will help get you to the next level. As they say, elevate. It'll get you to the next level without going through a whole lot of challenges. So unmute you guys if you have any questions.
Doris, I have a question before you get too far off the subject. When you were talking about using the detangler, did I hear you say even before you shampoo
Yes.
to use it? Really?
Yes, it will help when you're taking down braids.
Oh, only, okay, all right,
Yeah, when
okay.
you're taking down braids and when you're taking down a weave.
Yeah, yeah,
What is happening, Royal, the hair has been locked down. Although you may have it in a, you think, protective style, the hair is
Yeah.
still coming off. Okay? Protective
yes,
styles may not always be the answer because you end up with traction alopecia.
okay, all right, thank you.
Okay? But yes, comb it from the ends to the scalp.
Right,
Mhm.
okay.
A question, when people have hair replacement, can't they still lose their hair that's replaced or no?
You're talking about like
LeBron James.
LeBron's did?
Yeah.
Yes, you can still, most of the time that hair does not fall out because
Oh.
they bring the hair from the back, like in the occipital area.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just asking the dermatologist, why is that hair so secure? Because a lot of people I scope, they have a lot of hair in the back, but they thinning in the top. That's
Right.
where they start to thin it. So I asked her, and she was like, that's where it has always been. But I said, I think I'm gonna do a little more research on that because that's the way it is. And I asked, when I went to the dermatologist convention, I asked the doctor who was talking about hair transplant. She was teaching on that. And after the class was over, I went up to her and I asked her, are they working on donating hair? Like I can donate you some follicles. So she said they are working on that and they're working on it through rats. And so I said, oh, okay. I'm sure they are. They gotta be. If you can transplant a liver, kidney, and all that, you can't transplant some hair follicles. So, I mean, donate. Because sometimes people who want that, they're not self-donors because they don't have enough hair in the back. So, yeah, but that hair usually stay if treated right, you know. I said, that's why I want to get to LeBron's and get him some hemp powered hair oil so that makes sure it stay there. Any other questions? Kat, are you there? Any questions in the chat?
I don't see any questions in the chat. No, thank you. No, I don't see any questions in the chat. Anyone, if you guys want to unmute or throw your question in the chat, let us know.
Okay, you guys, when people ask you, well, what can I do? I take this, I take that. Then you want to say, okay, this may be the reason, but check with your doctor to make sure.
Right.
You don't want to take that task on when you don't know what people are doing. You know, I know a lot of people who take water pills, and those water pills definitely is one that causes hair loss.
You mean water pills like with blood pressure? Or
Yeah,
you
the
talking about with
diuretics.
what?
Those diuretics. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yes, those are the ones.
Is that because they pull water away?
it could possibly be because you go to the bathroom a lot, and most of the time they're not replacing the water.
Gotcha. That's
So
good
that
to know.
definitely dehydrates.
Dehydrates, gotcha.
Yeah, I take a diuretic, but I also drink, I drink water. I drink a lot of water, so,
But see, you're replacing what's being taken out.
yeah, I am.
See, our bodies is like 85 to 90% water.
That's right.
Right.
And when we don't put it in, where's the body gonna get it from? It's gonna start depleting its own supply.
There's mine.
Uh-huh. That's great. You probably got your skin is moisturized through your
Yes.
water. Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
All right, ladies. Well, I will see you all next Monday. God bless you all.
Thank you,
Okay.
guys. Thank you,
All right.
Doris.
Thank you all. You guys make it a great day.
Have a good one.